Hello scholars, today we are going to start with Geography chapter 8, that is Human Environment, which comprises of settlements, transport and communication. In the previous chapters we have discussed about environment, that there are two types of environment, natural environment and human-made environment. Natural environment consists of plants, animals, air, water, land, etc. On the other hand, human environment consists of whatever is created by human beings. We have already discussed that human beings are completely depending on their natural environment for their survival, and for that they are completely modifying the natural environment according to their need. In earlier times, the people used to live a nomadic life. It means they used to move from one place to another in search of food, shelter and land for agriculture. And the people, those who follow this life, are known as nomads. Later on, as the years passed, human beings learned how to do agriculture or to cultivate the crops. In this manner, they started settling down at one place for a longer time till the crops are grown and are harvested. So in this manner they have started living in settlements and they have created their own environment. So in this chapter we are going to study about human-made environment. Human environment is basically the environment which is created by human beings. So in this reference we are going to study about settlement, transport and communication. First of all, we are going to study about settlements. Settlements are basically the places which are having a group of houses in which people are living together. One specific feature of settlement is that the people living in a particular settlement are depending on their environment for their basic needs. Any colony or society is a settlement. But basic settlement is the place where the people are living together and they depend on their environment for their survival. Settlement can be of two types, temporary settlement and permanent settlement. Temporary settlement is the settlement in which the people lives for a shorter time period. It means once the resources in their environment are over, they switch from one place to another. People normally move from one place to another in search of food, shelter and work. These type of settlements are basically found in hot and cold deserts, mountain regions and valleys, etc., where the life is difficult because of the terrain. People living in temporary settlements are mostly engaged in hunting, gathering food, shifting agriculture, etc. And they move from one place to another in search of new place and in search of new work. Next type of settlements are permanent settlements. Permanent settlements are the settlements in which the people live for a long period of time. They built their own houses and they are the owner of those houses. The places on which the houses are built are basically termed as site. So in a permanent settlement, people are making their houses over a site and there are some conditions which are taken care before selecting a site. Those conditions are availability of resources, water supply, flat land for agriculture, even accessibility to transport, nearness to any city or town, open spaces with the landscape, and space for taming the animals too. These are some of the conditions which are kept in mind before selecting a site for making a permanent settlement. Nowadays, the meaning of settlement has changed as per time. Now the people, those who are making settlements, are choosing the places which are basically having availability of resource, better job opportunities, good medical and education facilities, etc. Even there are some other factors too which play a very important role in electing a site for the settlement. These factors are distance from main road, nearness to religious places for religious ceremonies, etc. So in this manner, the meaning of temporary and permanent settlement has changed over a few decades. Next type of settlements are rural and urban settlements. Rural settlements are the settlements which might be having few houses or a large number of houses but are belonging to a village. Whereas urban settlements refers to a settlement having few houses or large number of houses but is belonging to a town or a city. The people, those who are living in rural settlement, are mostly engaged in primary activities like agriculture, fishing, mining, forestry, etc. On the other hand, the people living in urban settlements mostly relate with secondary and tertiary activities like manufacturing, trade, transport, banking, insurance, etc. Rural and urban settlements are linked to each other or interdependent to each other. People living in rural settlement depend on urban areas for education, health facilities, employment, etc. And on the other hand, the people living in urban settlements depend on rural people for their daily needs of milk, vegetables, fruits, grains, and many other. In this manner, both these settlements cannot survive without the support of each other. Now we are going to study about next type of settlement, that is dispersed settlement and compact settlement. Dispersed settlements are the settlements in which few houses are arranged at a shorter distance from each other. These type of settlements are called as dispersed settlements. The people, those who are living in these type of settlements, generally follow a simple lifestyle and they love to live separately in a peaceful areas. These type of settlements are generally found in mountains areas or in valleys. On the other hand, in a compact settlement, the houses are built near to each other around a center, which is also a nucleus. So compact settlement are generally termed as nucleated settlement. Basically, this center point or this nucleus is the place where they can easily find their needy resources. These type of settlements are generally found in river valleys or in urban areas. These type of settlements are having all the facilities of schools, colleges, markets, and so on. So in this manner, the people, those who needs all these facilities and advanced methods of living, are basically living in compact settlements. So these were the different type of settlements. Now we are going to study about the second factor of human environment, that is transport. Transport basically means moving from one place to another by different means, by foot or by any vehicle or by animals. Transport played a very important role in the development of civilization as well as of the society. In earlier times too, the people moved from one place to another for settlements, and in this manner civilization developed. People even traded things with other countries too or with other parts of the world. Generally in the earlier times, transportation was a very essential factor for doing any sort of trade. In earlier times, normally the people used to carry the goods from one place to another, and human drawn carts were used for carrying the people from one place to another. But later on, as the people developed, in place of humans, animals were being used. Or we can say that humans were replaced by animals like horses, mules, camels, ponies, etc. With the advancement in the science, animals are replaced by steam engines. But now also the older methods of transport like human-drawn carts or animal-drawn carts are still used in many parts of the countries. And this is because of the terrain. The places which are having difficult terrain mostly used old methods of transport. Even the economic condition of the people also affect the use of modern vehicles. If the person is economically weak, he is not able to use these mechanized vehicles. Even with the further advancement in science and with new inventions, nowadays we are having different and modern means of transport like airways, roadways and waterways, etc. So now we are going to study about these different type of transports in detail. These means of transport can be categorized into 4 ways: roadways, railways, waterways and airways. First of all, we are going to discuss about roadways. Roadways basically includes the vehicles which are running on roads. It plays a very important part in our life because it acts as door-to-door service. It provides us with whatever we need onto our doorstep. It is an important means to travel to short distances. Roads can be even metalled or unmetalled. The roads which are joining the cities or bigger distances are generally metalled, and the roads which are in villages are normally unmetalled or pathways. Roads are easy to construct and maintain. Nowadays roads are constructed on every terrain, either on plains or on mountainous region. Nowadays on mountains also a good road transport is being built, and the example of that is the Manali-Leh highway, which is one of the world's highest roadway system which is situated in India. The density of roadways is less in mountainous region as compared to plains areas. Even the roads are constructed under the surface and on the raised structures. The roads which are constructed underground are called as subways, and the roads which are constructed on a raised structure are called flyovers. Nowadays, the road transport is rapidly developing in our country, and the example of that is the Golden Quadrilateral, which joins all the 4 metro cities of our country, which is Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. Nowadays a trend has started in which the people prefer to use clean vehicles for public as well as private transport. And these type of vehicles include a clean exhaust system, and the engine is developed to use clean fuels, etc. So in this manner roadways are rapidly developing in our country. Next we are going to study about railways. Road and rail are basically 2 means of transport that runs on land. So in this manner, as we have discussed about roadways, railways or trains also run on tracks, and it is more beneficial for transporting heavy and bulky goods easily from one place to another. Nowadays, in place of steam engines, diesel engine and electric engines are used, which has made our railways very fast, and it helps people in traveling to a longer distance within few hours. In this manner, it has reduced the use of time of travel from one place to another. India has the largest railway network in Asia, and nowadays even in metro cities, underground railways called metro is being used, which is generally meant to avoid any sort of traffic on the roads. One more type of railway system known as monorail is also used in countries like Japan, Germany, etc., in which the trains are run on a small track in the congested areas like marketplaces. Both monorail and metro rail save our efforts and times. In few of the countries like Japan, America, fast rail service is being used, which allows the people to reach their destination within a much lesser time. And now these countries have started providing more services to their customers by introducing railways in the congested habitation sites and by providing underground services which are away from the normal traffic. Nowadays in India also metro rails are being used in metro cities and monorail will be used as an experiment in our country. So this was the first part of chapter in which we have studied about human settlements and roadways and railways. In the next class we will be discussing about waterways and airways and communication. So with this we are going to wind up today's class, and in the next class we'll continue with the chapter. So before ending, let us discuss about some of the important points related to whatever we have studied. The cluster of different houses in which people live are called settlements. A settlement can be temporary or permanent. Rural and urban settlements, dispersed and compact settlements are also the other types of settlements. Transport refers to the means by which people and goods move from one place to another. Transport is basically categorized into four types: roadways, railways, waterways and airways. Manali-Leh highway is one of the world's highest roadway systems situated in India. The Golden Quadrilateral Superhighway joins Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. So this was all about whatever we have studied. With this we are going to wind up the class today. Goodbye for now. Stay home, stay safe.